Welcome back, everybody. Do you see my screen? That's the first question I would like to ask every time when I start my lesson, and I need a response for that. Do you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, great. So there are some files opened already, but I have to just close or maybe to take it to the other screen because we don't need it for now. Maybe I have to make some of the files ready and okay, good. So I would like to start using the Anaconda. So I have to start the Anaconda. I believe most of you may have Anaconda. If you don't have, you can download it from Anaconda website. Yeah, it's already running, it says. So I have to restart it again. Anaconda, welcome back. I have to wait it for a while. Yeah, it's opened in the other screen, so I can just bring it here. By the way, Anaconda has quite a lot of features. As you can see, our studio is already here. What I love the most is the orange without having any background. You can work on this orange. So let's start the notebook. Yeah, as you know, notebook, just show you everything you have on your computer. Let's put it the desktop. And the file or the project we've been working is actually data analysis with Python. So as you can see, from week 1 to week 9, I can create a new folder. I call this week 10. You can rename this week 10. Yeah, great. After that, we can open this and do anything we want. First, let's create a new notebook. And I have to, yeah, this is how it looks like. Notebook is so beautiful. And it's really a very good practice to start with the naming. You have to just give it a file name. If not, you will have many of untitled Jupyter notebook notes, and that's really confusing. Okay, I can call this text analysis with TextBlob. TextBlob, and just this is good enough. I shared with you TextBlob, but we can also again text blob. Let's see, this is a very simple documentation on TextBlob. What does it say? So let's read this together, guys, because it's just short. TextBlob, there's some simplified text processing package. And it supports Python 2 and 3, but you know, by now, everybody should use Python 3. Library for processing textual data. Where do we get textual data? Actually everywhere, from Facebook, Twitter, whenever we message and log data. Yeah, most of the data it can be actually found in a form of text. So it's very important to get meaning out of a huge amount of textual data. So we have to have a tool, a way to deal with text. It provides a simple API for diving into common natural language processing. What are the common natural language processing? Such as part of speech tagging. By the way, part of speech tagging means to identify if a word is a noun or a verb or adjective or an adverb or a proposition or an article or something like that. Noun phrase extraction, sentiment analysis. Noun phrase means if the phrase is a noun phrase or a verb phrase. So this extraction. Sentiment analysis, you know, sometimes we express our emotions using words. If we are very happy or sad about some product or a political party or any condition or situation, we may express our opinion or emotion or feeling using text. So we can do sentiment analysis using TextBlob. Classification, actually, we can also classify the text in some categories, and we can also translate from one language to another, spelling checking and other more. We can do all this using TextBlob. So is it very convincing to get started with TextBlob, guys? What do you think? Yeah, I hope you agree with me. I think it's very important to know about it. So we can take this, but first, how do we install this package? I think it's already somewhere here. Pip install. Even if you don't have to have this, you can just go here, pip install TextBlob, or you just copy this as it is. And enter, just wait for some time. I installed it already, but you know, you have to see me while I'm installing. So it's installed. You may need to restart the kernel to use update package, but it's okay. Now it's installed. I just remove it, and I don't need also this output. I just want to have. So I have to write something. Note, text, and this is TextBlob. Yeah, I have to leave a note, so I want this markdown, So yeah, the most important feature of Jupyter Notebook, actually, you can write text and the code together, and it will be very, very easy to read and understand, or to share your code with colleagues or anyone you know, or with the world. Yeah. Now import, actually, even you don't have to remember, you can make use of the snip code from TextBlob, import TextBlob. I just copy this and then put it here. But usually, you know, I may also need maybe NumPy, import NumPy as NP, import pandas as PD, import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. Yeah, we've been importing this and this package, so they are important. And so we have to have this, the NumPy, the pandas, and the visualization. And now we have a new package, that's the TextBlob. Great. Now let's put this text, and as you can see, of course, first we have to run it. Now let's just put this text. Oh, there, I forgot to put the, I have a question for you guys. What's the difference between three quotes and single quote? Now, why we chose to use the three quotes? What's the difference? Yeah, the difference is actually whenever we have lines, different lines, so we can use these three quotes. This, the difference between this and this. So if you have multiple lines, or if your text is in multiple lines, you can use this three quote string format. So now we have the text, you can count. Tell me, how do you count the number of words you have in this text, like in just a pure Python way? I'm waiting for you guys.
By using the data frame.
Using?
Data frame.
Data frame, that's also good, but like if I want to tokenize this, if I'm interested to count the number of words in this text, what do you use?
Just split the words to the text to the words.
Yes, words, text, then just split, right? You see now I have already words, but still it's not, if I try to count, there might be a problem, because as you can see, I have some punctuation. At least I can see here the full stop, and there might be another other place also. We may have, as you can see, we have this, and yeah, but at least we are halfway. So we can first clean the text. So to clean, we need import. Yeah, do you remember the package? Regular expression, this regular expression actually, the regex help us to clean our text or any data you want. So we can replace, for instance, punctuation. Maybe we can say first regular expression and then substitute. Can you give me any pattern to hide? I think capital W is non-alphanumeric, so that refers to actually the characters, different characters. Okay, let's try. Then we have to have the nothing, or we don't replay, maybe space, and then let's just call the text. And let's, instead of this one, just let's say it as a text. And then again, let's see the text itself. Yeah, as you can see, we managed to remove all the special characters, but I think maybe we don't have to have this. And now, oh yeah, no, that's not a very good idea. So let's just keep the space. I have to run it from top to bottom once. Yeah, this is good enough for me. And then after that, I can change this to words. Words is text dot split, and then we can just do it like split without anything, or you can just add space. That's the same, and then you can say words. Yep. And now in this words, actually there's empty. Yeah, so I think I can just clean words, and I'm in favor of this list comprehension. You know, guys, we've been doing this list comprehension for so long. So for word in words, and then we can just replace here the word. Yeah, if I do this, I just get the same thing, you know. Let's see. Clean the words. Yeah, I get just the same thing, but my plan is actually to remove this. So we can actually use if condition. If word not this, actually, or for word in word is if word not or we can say if word not this. I have, maybe I can also use other expression. If word, the length of the word greater than 0. Let's see now, as you can see, we managed to extract it. So we can count actually the number of words. Even now you can put a condition. Have you seen A? Do you count A as in a word or not? Yeah, even you can now add a condition also the same here. Maybe if you want just something greater than 1, but this kind of conclusion, you have to have a logical reason to do that. So A could be considered as in a word. So these are actually the number of words we have in this text. So L, that means I have 73 words. Great, but actually I didn't make use of the TextBlob, did I? No. So I was just using pure Python to solve, to tokenize or to change it to Word. Now let's make use of the TextBlob. So you may say TextBlob, yeah, you just call it, and then you pass your text. What's the text we have actually? This one. So since I have been making a change here and cleaning also here, I think I want to just put this one some name, different name, text1, because text1. I don't want to mutate this, so I have to run again all over up to here. So let's see what we have here, the text. I want to see the text, the pure text here. The original text. As you can see, we have the original text. Now I'm passing it to the blob. Hey, blob, and just give me, okay. So we passed the text to this, the text blob, and then this got many methods. So how do you know the methods? Dir, a blob. And then you can check the different blobs with word counts. Okay, we can count the words actually. So you may say blob dot word counts. As you can see, word count, the 5 times titular, 1 thread, 1. So as you can see, we've been doing this word count manually or using pure Python, if you remember. So it was tough, but now the TextBlob actually got it. You don't have to do, even you can translate this to another language. Yeah, you may translate. Okay, blob dot translate, maybe. Then I had to check the then I have to check the translate. Where is the translate? All right. Word plot translate. Yep, as you can see now, we can just, for instance, you pass a text and we detect the language, so it give us a French, and I want to know how we pass also for translation. Yes, translate to. Yeah, this is how I forgot to. Yeah, Spanish. So now let's do the translation I was looking for. So I have to pass it to most probably instead of that. Okay, maybe it doesn't support that. Let's see. In language processing, most languages are not supported. For instance, if you take the Amharic language, it doesn't have many work related to natural language processing, like the Spanish language, the English language, the French language. There are quite lots of resources related to natural language processing. So don't expect to get for everything, okay? So two, for instance, let's try to this, is it to a Spanish or Estonian? I think it should be to Spanish. Yeah, as you can see, we managed to translate it to a Spanish or a Spaniard whatsoever. If we can go most probably to so German or others. So we have to first check what language are supported. FR, yeah, so if first you also detect, it allows you actually to detect language. I'm not sure if it managed to detect all the languages. Let's do it. Yeah, so we managed to change it. How about, for instance, if we want to change language, we can just keep them as in an array. This is like in Spanish, French, and German. Probably this will be like that. So how many languages we have? 3 languages. For L in language, I have to write this properly. Language, sorry. Then print the language. Yeah, but now instead of doing that, actually, I want to run this. I can run this, the length. I think I need another more. Yeah, as you can see, I managed to translate it to the, you can say this translation. So this is the Spaniard translation and the French translation. Of course, you can add something like this. But why the German? Maybe it doesn't support the German. So it needs to go to the documentation and check if it supported the German or not. I think language support. Oh no, it took me to different places. But as I showed you, first you have to deal with the documentation, what languages are supported, all those. Okay, good. Anyway, we managed to translate. So it supports actually translation. We did the translation. Now let's do this TextBlob. So as I showed you, this dir and blob, and then you can check the available methods you can use. We have used, for instance, the word count. That's great. Word is okay. blob dot words. Yeah, as you can see, it just changed to words. Okay, let's count the number of words. 72. For in our case, actually, we did it manually, and if you remember, we had 73, but with TextBlob, we got 72. There's a minor difference. Maybe they count also some punctuation. I don't know why, but we are close enough, right?
Have
Okay.
you noticed one interesting thing?
Hmm?
Have you guys noted one interesting thing? The blob already cleaned the data also.
It cleaned. Yeah, it is. It does. It does. It does. It does. So that's the most powerful part of this the packages. It cleans for you. You don't have to really worry much on the cleaning part. So as you can see, it cleaned and it gives you just the words. And now tokenize, actually tokenize also the same. It gives you, so blob dot tokenize. So tokenize, as you may understand the word, it's just an action, right? So it should be a method. So the tokenize, what's the difference between words and tokenize? I have to make this very, very clear. Words, okay, and tokenize or tokens. Okay, guys, can you say something about this? What's the difference between tokens and words? Okay, so tokens are actually the smallest unit of text. Okay, the smallest unit, for instance, let's go to this text. Yeah, this by itself is actually a token. So it includes a word and the punctuation in the word, I mean in the statement, in the sentence. So it could be, the tokenization could be word tokenization. If it's a word tokenization, it includes the text word and the punctuation. If it is sentence a tokenization, so it divides it or it breaks it into sentences. So now what we got is actually there is a word and it's a token. Even this semicolon is actually a token. Yeah, that's what you get when you change it to token. Yep, great. Okay, so we learned, but let's see also sentence tokenization. A blob dot sentences. I think it's a plural. I have to give it some time. TextBlob, what? Has no attribute sentences, but let's check what do we have then. I think we have, maybe I made a typo. Yes. Yeah, as you can see now, I have a list and this list got 2 sentences. Do we have really 2 sentences? Yes, actually. This text looks very long, but as you can see, we have 1 full stop and another full stop comes here. In total, we have 2 sentences, and that's right. And if you want, you can count it like learn and just like this. And you can also even loop through, because for sentence in, you can print each sentence. Oh yeah, but actually this sentence now, even it has also methods. Let's check. By the way, the best way to do is dir and send. What can we get? Have you seen the different? You can take the tokens. Again, you can translate word count. You can change it to upper or smaller. But now what I am interested is actually sentiment. This sentiment. What is sentiment? Yeah, the opinion, the emotion of the text. Then I may say sentiment. but not there anymore. We don't need the there. Yeah, so the first sentence gave me a polarity between 0.6, I mean 0.06. What is this polarity? I will explain to you. We measure polarity, measure. The polarity measure starts from 0 to 1. 0 means minus 1 to 1. Minus 1 means very, very negative emotion and or opinion, and 1 means very, very positive. So if it's 0, it's neutral. That's the means polarity. So now let's change the sentence. This is very a kind of difficult kind of text, but we can create our own text. Yeah, shall we create a text, guys? For instance, we can say a list of words, a list of statements. I love people, don't you? And you may say, I like everyone. I enjoy using Python in JavaScript. Okay, for the timing, this is good enough, right? This text is good enough. And guys, now let's create just a pandas data frame. So because data df is equal to data for pd dot data frame, then I can pass the list, and the columns is going to be, I can call it I think I can call it sentence in lowercase or sentence. Yeah. Now we create a panda data frame, right? Great. So now let's loop through this, or we don't have to do this, but even we can just loop through this and check the blob. But you know, okay, this is how we can do that. Maybe I think it's better for the word or sentence in list. First, I want to work on the list. Let's print the sentence, right? Yeah, you know this are, and also let's create a blob. Blob is equal to blob text blob, and we pass the sentence, yeah. And we have this. We can say sentiment. No, it's very good to separate. Sentiment equal to blob dot sentiment, and print the sentiment. Oh yeah. Oh guys, as you can see, I love people 0.5. I like everyone. Oh yeah, that's very good. And I enjoy using Python in JavaScript. What do you think about this value, this result, guys? I want you to look at and say something about this polarity. I think someone asked me a question, and let me just answer for that question. Okay, let's come back, guys. If you have noticed this data, you tell me. Do you see the polarity? For instance, I love people, 0.5. It has a kind of a positive connotation, right? I like everyone. That's just a neutral. I enjoy using Python and JavaScript. when you compare I love people and I enjoy using Python and JavaScript, as you can see, it's less polar than I love people. So this is very positive and this is less positive. Yeah, it's very accurate for some reason. And let's add additional text. I do not really like what I see every day. What do you think? Is it a positive statement? No, it's not. Let's see what. Yeah, as you can see, negative 0.1. I'm really surprised by the accuracy of this text blob. Guys, do you follow? Do you see what? Do you see the result? Yeah, it's not really negative, but as you can see, it's negative. But let's make it very negative. It has been going very bad on daily basis or every time. Yeah, as you can see, the polarity is now negative 0.45. So it's very negative. Okay, now we can also do some kind of actually a chart by characterizing the polarity. So we can just do a polarity. Then I think we have to create a definition, find polarity, and then we can just do the polarity. We can change this to a polarity function. Or maybe we can just text, maybe I think we don't have to. We can leave it that there, but we can have a text. And then the text should have something like this. So you can see. Yeah, sometimes, okay, blob text, and then I have to pass the text, this text. Yep, sentiment and the blob sentiment. From the sentiment, actually, we can also get the polarity. Let's see. You can say sentiment and then polarity. As you can see, 0.500. Then we can return here actually the return sentiment, then polarity. Yeah, great. Now we have this function, find polarity. Then we can actually modify the data frame, and then we can say polarity, then def.sentence, if you remember, and then we have this apply, the applies method, which allow us to iterate through each item of that column. So we can just find polarity. Oh, maybe I think we didn't run this. Find polarity is not defined. Find, oh yeah, there's extra here. Now, if we see the def, as you can see, the polarity is 0.5. Yeah, it's great. Now, let's also categorize this as negative, positive, neutral. So the point is actually, if it's 0, it's going to be neutral. If it's above 0, it's going to be positive. If it's less than 0, yeah. So we have to make a function that can do for us. Then I can definition, sorry, define or find sentiment. Then I have to have the text. If find because then the text, if it is going to be greater than 0, it will be return positive. Positive. Is that how we write positive? I think so. Else, if, find, and then text. If it is equal to 0, then return neutral. If, find polarity. And if it is less than 0, and we return negative. Okay. As you can see, now we have else. We don't know what to do. Yeah, we just, if it's just return, just unknown for now, because we have what? Oh, I forgot to put here a value, so it should be 0. I forgot. Now, as you can see, we have a function that finds the sentiment of the text. Welcome, Femi. Thank you so much for showing up. We are doing text analysis using TextBlob. Well, yes, this TextBlob allows you to do translation. Yeah, there's sound. You may turn off your background. Oh, yes. So what's the purpose of this TextBlob? Actually, maybe you may have text as in a data on Twitter, on Facebook, on different platforms. There are lots of text on daily basis. We generate quite a lot of text, and most of the data are actually in a form of text. So you want to get the meaning out of text, then you need to have some text processing tools. This NLTK, TextBlob, Stasi are the most common, and today we started with TextBlob. So we've been changing the text to words, as you can see, and then to sentences, and counting the words, and now trying to do also sentiment analysis. As you can see, I have a list of words. I love people. I like everyone. I enjoy using Python and JavaScript. I do not really like what I see every day to check if this is going to be negative. And it has been going very bad on daily basis. Okay, then how do we know if it's a positive sentiment or a negative sentiment? Because this, as you can see, below, first, actually, I have to show you how it works. Yeah, I can go through once. You have a text, right? And we import the TextBlob here. How do you make use of that? I will just take you all the way down. As you can see, TextBlob, then you pass the text. Then you have blob. You can give it any name you want, okay? Then to see the available modules, or methods, you can say dir or help, and then the blob. Yes, you can see you have different. For instance, we have word accounts. We made use of word accounts, and as you can see, we got word or frequency table. The found 5 times, as you can see. Okay, great. And then we can translate actually the word to different language. Blob, translate to French, and it changes, and maybe to a Spanish. So we used a loop to change it to what is this? Spanish, and also French. I think this is not a Spaniard whatsoever. So, and French. We did that, and then again we moved words, or blob.words, just give you a clean word without you apply cleaning. Tokenize, it changed to token. What's token actually? list of the words and also the punctuation together. We call them tokens. Yeah, we can also change the text into sentences. And as you can see, we have two sentences here, two sentences. And then sentiment. We can also check the sentiment, the emotion, the opinion of the text. Is it neutral, negative, or positive? So how do we measure it? Whenever we pass this sentiment attribute, it gives us polarity. Polarity, the polarity is actually, from -1 to 1. -1 means very negative, 1 is very positive. In between there is 0, 0 is neutral. Then we created actually a list of the sentence. I love people, I like everyone, I enjoy using Python and JavaScript. I do not really like what I see every day. It has been going very bad on daily basis. So we created this list of sentences and then we create a data frame. Hey, a panda, create a data frame, and I have the list and call the column sentence. As you can see, you know that, right? Now we got this. Then for sentence in list, blob, text blob, sentence, and this actually creates the polarity. And if we want to know the polarity itself, we can get out the polarity from this tuple. Yeah. Then find polarity actually gives you the polarity itself, and then yeah, you may get this. I love people, as you can see, got the polarity 0.5. I like everyone. Yeah, it's a kind of neutral, right? It doesn't show much excitement. I like everyone. It's a kind of okay. I enjoy using Python and JavaScript. Yeah, it's a very, it's positive, at least, as you can see. And I not really like what I see every day. It's not very negative, but it's negative, as you can see. Yeah, it has been going very bad on daily basis. As you can see, this and this is very, very negative. Yeah, I think you may understood already based on this polarity. Now let's categorize this. If it is 0, neutral, and if it's above 0, positive, if it is less than 0, negative. I made this function. Okay, then data frame sentiment, and then I can call data frame polarity, and then I use the apply. So find sentiment. Okay, what's wrong? Text. Okay.
Need to pass the text
Where?
to the function find sentiment.
The text argument passed to must be string class of lot. Polarity. But I think this doesn't sound like a number. Okay, let me check this. If it's not a number, great type of. But I didn't, and I'm where are you telling me?
Like in line 104, you're calling find sentiment. Yes, you're calling this function without any argument.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to. You don't have, because when you, if you see also here, we don't. During the callback, actually this, we don't call it right away. It's a callback. Even here, we didn't do that. So,
but we are defining here. We are defining our own. Like if you see line 105.
905. Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
you need to.
You are defining
call
your
it, yeah.
own function.
It's true work now.
Okay, wait, let's read the text argument. maybe we might have find polarity, find polarity, find polarity. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this shouldn't be polarity, it should be text. Or it should be sentence. Yep, that is the, because we want to work on this one, process this one, and then get this value. But why is it getting this anyway? Let's see. As you can see now, sentiment we have got. Yeah, we don't have to got this class. Yeah, I'm printing it here. I see. Yes, very good. Now, as you can see, we have sentiment, polarity, again, sentence, polarity, sentiment. I love people positive. I like everyone neutral. I enjoy using Python and JavaScript. Yeah, positive. I do not really like what I say every day, negative. It has been going very bad on daily basis. Okay. Do you have your own, do you want me to give, do you want to trick this application? Give me a statement and trick it. Okay, I'm waiting.
It has been nice every day.
It
Has been nice every day.
It has been nice every day. Okay. Is it every day is one word, right? Or is it a separate word? Okay.
One word,
Oh,
every day.
okay. How about 9? Do you have any statement you want to try?
It's raining.
It's raining. And what are we expecting from this?
Neutral.
Yes. And Fen, what?
It's going to be positive. Positive, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it has been nice every day. It's not a very positive as you may, so it's okay. So even the value, the polarity value is really good one, as you can see. So I've been using TextBlob for the last 2 years, and the accuracy is very impressive. So if you are a Python developer, you can develop an API, or you can develop an application that actually evaluate the sentiment of a customer or a product review using this text blob, and the accuracy is very high. For instance, let's take a company. If a company know the sentiment of their clients, they make a very good business decision, even if they know with 60% accuracy, 70% accuracy, but the accuracy of text blob is so high, and it can make even maybe 95 and above accuracy. So I strongly recommend you to develop some application with this text blob. And yeah, that would be a very good project to show for recruiters. Yeah. Okay, now let's do some df value counts. As you can see, we have this, no, maybe I think instead of that, let's go for the sentiment part. So sentiment, value counts, and then we can go for value counts now. Oh, great, people are coming. So as you can see, you have 3 positive and 2 neutral, and you can make visualization, right? Then you can say plot, and the kind we can say a bar. I think a bar graph will be just there. So PLT, and then we may say PLT dot show, right? Now we have this, as you can see, the positive, we have more positive and neutral and negative. Now we just checked this with how many data points? How many data points do you have, guys? 7
Seven data points.
Great, but you may have product reviews of 200,000 or maybe 100,000. You never know, and you can put that big data points or data sets to this tool, and you can get a very good insight about political opinion, or it could be how political opinion we can fetch data from Twitter, or maybe a product, some product review. So it's very, very powerful. So let's have a break of 15 minutes. Before that, I had to pause it for some time, and I had to ask your opinion. Welcome back, guys. During the break, I just added some thing. I think this is not the part of it, but let me show you. I added some color. Now the positive.
And sorry, Sabrina.
Yes.
Since the one you deleted right now is like you want to put cans to Y label. I hope also it's good if we can put that like a Y label.
Okay. Good. Thanks. Okay, good copy. I will have actually just this. What we have during the break, we had only just this, and this is now the very good data. As you can see, because everything is the same color, and it's not easy to grasp the difference fast. So during the break, I just added these colors. Instead of just making it green, I changed it a bit to a shade of green, a shade of yellow, a shade of red, and then the title is going to be sentiment. And you see now we have much better visualization. And now I'm asked me to fetch a new data. Now we have a new big data, so I call it diff and product review. So I don't want to make it really long. pd.read, and I have to go to the data set, and then we have this. But as you can see inside there, still there are some files, more files. So let's see the first one. What is that? I have no idea also. Let's see how it looks like. As you can see, it has got how many rows? As you can see, 34,661 rows and 21 columns. So we have to do data exploration for some time to understand this data. And ID, name of the product, I don't know what product it could be, but it's Amazon product, and it's a review. Then there's some ID, brand, all are from Amazon. So category, electronics, and different keys and manufacturing. I think it's better now. Since it's long, so what we can do, df products, and then columns. Yeah, as you can see now, reviews.username, even it might have some username, but we are not interested in that. What today, since we are doing text analysis, we are focusing more of this part, reviews.text part. Yep, that's great. So we may say df.
Can we first remove index from it? Index. So that we sort our column to 21. 20 rather.
Well, what do you mean by index?
You know, index line, like, yeah, you know, we have ID already.
Yes.
So instead of have index column,
No,
we have.
that's good. It's okay.
Okay.
Don't,
Okay.
yeah, the index is good. Usually when we create data frame and they have this natural index, but this ID allows you to remove duplicates. For instance, if you have some duplicate products, you can remove or drop by duplicates. But this is just a natural word order. As you can see, also it tells us how many rows and columns. So it's just okay. No, it's very clean data. What we can do now, data and products, and then let's see review. So this line and see. As you can see, the text, we have no idea how it looks like. Fetching all the data might be a bit expensive. It may take a long process time. So sometimes it's good to do, slicing. So let's just text only the 50 of them. Let's see if the text is clean. So as you can see, the text is not clean or something, but we don't care here. The TextBlob will take care of this thing. So we have already, because we did all the functions, so we can just put the sentiment. How do we put the sentiment? Def product. I can say sentiment. No, def product. Sentiment. And then I go to def product. And then, so yeah, product. And then text. Oh no. What review? I think it's just review. Yeah, and this part. Then apply. And then find sentiment. We have the find sentiment we created some time ago. Yeah, so it may take some time, and it failed. The text argument must be a string class float. Did I make the same mistake again? No. What's the problem here? Since the same problem happened, but let's see from, and this is also too much text. Let's make it shorter. We had a problem also when we create this def sentence apply. It was okay then. Sentiment. Why?
Maybe we should copy the line above and place it there and put the review text there, so then we can know what's going on.
Okay, let's see. Let me try here. Yeah, now text. Okay, just to do this. Yeah, it's going well. And if we do here polarity, sentiment. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, it's going well. And if I'm interested in just polarity, Now it fell. Maybe polarity.
Polarity spelling is not correct.
Yes, you're right. And how about instead of running, let's run the whole file then. Let's see, we have some result. Yeah, but it's so strange that it seems like everything has kind of
It looks like the same value.
what did you say? Oh yeah, because we made a mistake here, text. Yeah, now this looks a value, it's just a real, I mean, kind of convincing value. Yeah, I'm happy with this. So why then this is not working? If this works, this should work. So sentiment, the product, apply, find sentiment. It should work too. Yeah, if this doesn't work, or if our function is not working, what we can do actually is what we can do, we can just do a very lazy way of implementation, const, no, polarity. I can just do this, and lazy way of polarity dot append this, and then we don't have to print this. And then again, we can add this polarity if pol is equal to actually if not that, it should be product. I usually then the polarity, just polarity. Now I think we created one, this, then let's see the df, not df actually, instead of df. Yeah, I made a mistake here. Df product, which I have to give it polarity as in a row polarity. Then I have to run this cell again, or maybe I have to even run it from it starting from here because it's mutated already. Okay, so you have to be aware of that. So if you see polarity by the end, now we have this polarity, but I'm not happy with the value, just 0, 0. What does that mean? So we have to see if it's good. Polarity df product polarity. And then value counts. Value count allows you to see the different values you get. Okay, so we made a mistake because every value there is 0. I don't know why. So let's also check the value of the polarity here. Yeah, it's 0, 0 for some reason. Why? But yeah, because for some reason, when we do this, the text.sentiment dot Oh yeah. Okay, that it was a mistake from me because we have to change it to a blob. Text this one. Then this blob needs to be a string, so we have to be sure that everything is a string, so some number are coming there. Now it's a huge data, so we have to give it some time. Yeah, now I figured out the reason why it was not working at the very beginning, because when we made our function, so we have to be sure that this is actually to string. So we have to stringify, and we can make use of this already. So the reason why it was failing is actually some are not. So we don't have to go this long process. I can comment this out and maybe cancel this too. And we can try, we don't even need this. And try again this. Yes, it seems we have some success. DF product. And let's see. And we have to just a positive, negative, neutral. Yeah, it's a kind of. So let's see DF. Then a product. What is this? If I just forget that, then what's the names? I think we call it sentiment. And now, as you can see, positive and negative. So just value counts gives you, yeah, we have a positive, this match 31,000, neutral, this. So you can also just visualize this as in value, I mean plot, and the kind is actually a bar. Again, as you can see, very positive, many of this positive, you can also change it this to a percentage.
I was suggesting this one, instead of use bar, we can use pie charts.
Yeah, it's possible to also use pie chart. Yes, we will come to that. Great. But now, as you can see, we can also use function to make use of this. For instance, this is a very good function already. So let's change it to this. I can say def draw bar graph, and then I can say something like this. And this should take the column name. I can say column, and then we can just pass this column. Cool. And maybe title, if we need the title, pass title, and this will have also title. But this one, since a sentiment, even we can pass the title, we can call it by default sentiment. And then here we can have the title. So title. Okay, this looks actually very good. So now when you run, you don't say graph. So we have to call the function draw. And then I have to pass it a sentiment. Yep. Okay, great. Now we can make use of that, this just by calling, how do I call this? I have to just, but let me see how our function looks like. It's not only also sentiment, we have to pass also the data frame df, okay, and the whole NLTK. What? Yes, we have to df. And now in this case, we don't have to have that. Instead, we can say draw. Yeah, I didn't finish yet. I have to wait for it. Draw, and then data frame is actually df, and with a product and sentiment. I think it's good enough for us. As you can see, we have also another the pie chart. To draw a pie chart again, I have to go to Matplotlib. Matplotlib. So I just go directly to the Matplotlib and get a code from here and just make use of this. Yeah. You can make use of this sizes. We don't know the size, so how do we get? These are the sizes. So I will show you how we can get the size.
And then, sorry, also in the place where you put kind bar, if you put kind pi, then it should draw it, because I tried last time with what you gave to us. Instead of bar, I put pi and it drew the same thing for me. So I don't know.
It may not, but we can try. That means actually this. It may not, or it may. Why not? It's dot bar dot lot and kind. Did you do this?
The spelling of plot is not correct.
Okay. Oh, then I think even we don't have to go far. It works in here. So then we can say reality dot show. Yeah, even it supports. Yeah, as you can see, oh, it's this the sentiment.
It's mistitled.
There will be also a way to adjust this. Yeah. You can also use the long way, this one, but you can also just keep it there. Let's check how we can remove the title pie chart and that's actually. Because I do not like this. Okay, positive, negative. And we don't have now, I'm not sure how we can pass the labels there. Let's give it a shot for this, the long way. So if you are interested with the long way also, or you have to know also what parameters to pass here, when it's, it's also possible to achieve this one. At least I have to read documentation more. But with this one, you should see the you should make the label like this, neutral, or maybe you can start with positive and then neutral and then negative. Then and you don't have the other. How about the sizes? The size means actually the values. We don't know yet. So to get the sizes, we have to put this. Okay. As you can see, you got something like this. If you check actually index for this, have you seen the index? Even I don't need to have this actually. It's something like this. I should have just put index like this, and maybe as in a list, or it's already a list. That is good enough. Oh, and again, sorry, values, if you go for a values, and the values are actually, yeah, so this is actually the, it's also good to be really careful here. Positive, so this positive, neutral, the order matters here. That's what I mean. Then we can just put sizes here and list. And then after that, you just run this and you will get value. Oh, no, explode must be of a length of X because we have more value for this. Again, we, as you can see, the explode maybe 0.5. Oh. Yeah, we didn't come up with much better graph than this, but at least we have now some of the percentage. And as you can see, almost 90% of the customers are satisfied with the product they give. Okay, this is the sentiment analysis you can do with what is this, TextBlob. I think that's good enough, but what else can you do, and what did we do today? First, let's revise what we did today. First, we learned how to import TextBlob, and I will show you how import TextBlob. Yeah, so to install it, you can just say you may have just speak install TextBlob. This is enough to install it. Great. And then after that, you should import it like this. From TextBlob, import this object or constructor. But we may also clean. So we need the regular expression for data visualization, for data exploration, for numerical analysis or purpose. We need also these packages. Yeah. And then we should have a text. We should have a data, and then we have the data here. Okay, we don't need this cell, and let's destroy it. Then, as you can see, we are cleaning here regular expression substitute. If any non-alphanumeric value, remove it with a space or substitute that with a space, and that's what we did here. Then I want to run everything from top to bottom. Yes, and then here words, and then we split the words. So let's see the words, just words. Yeah, so, but inside the words, you can see also this empty values, because any punctuations were substituted by this. But still it's good enough. Then we use this list comprehension to just count the word. First, we removed a word, empty strings, and then we just count the words. And actually we were lucky and we counted some amount of words. Let's see why I don't, yeah, as you can see, 73 words. And then again, this text, we wanted to keep that text. Yeah, we have the original text, text block text. Now we start using the text block, a constructor, and then you pass it as an argument. And then to check what methods you have, you know the dir is so powerful. And then we chose to check words count, and the words count give you the word frequency in the text or string. And you can use also words, word counts, upper, translator, translate tokens, and yeah. Then here, I think I want to use also maybe, I have to run it here, and word counts in here. Let's see the tokens, blob.tokens, just tokens. As you can see, the tokens include the punctuation marks and everything. And if you count the tokens, it is much bigger than the words. Yeah, you can see it's 82. And we mentioned that we can also translate from one language to another. So this is actually, we translate the English to French, and here to Spanish and French.
Sorry, excuse me. From
Yeah.
this translation,
Yeah.
so it's possible to translate any text from any language through this program.
Yeah, so what you should be aware of today, what we've been doing is actually part of natural language processing. Whenever we use package, there are lots of other small modules that do lots of tasks, machine learning, and usually this natural language processing has machine learning under the hood. And you should give also a corpus. Corpus means how language managed to translate from one to another, and how is the sentiment possible. This is very abstract. It doesn't even, the sentiment actually, it's not just goes word by word. Actually, it's just to see the whole context, the whole, and it understand and the emotion and the sentiment. So it does. So just to make the answer a bit shorter, the only language with a high resource is actually the English language. So many languages do not have resources. If you take Amharic language or some language, Swahili language, may not have that much resources. This, for instance, may not change to Swahili. It might be limited to certain, and even text blob to finish, blob to finish.
So I think finish is not listed there. We should look at the answer one.
Yeah, so the point here, but there are other languages. Now, for instance, the Turku University already developed this Turku NLP that can solve, but now it's just, today I showed you one package, yeah, TextBlob. It's not even very common, but in the English language, it's very good. So don't expect this or other package to have everything, okay? Everything is something, I mean, it may not support all the languages, but it may support some of the major languages like French or Spanish or English. These languages do have lots of resources. That's better to say. Language detection, language translation, all those. Okay, where are we? I think we were somewhere around here. Then the tokens, tokens attitude, and then different languages. And then what we did is I tokenize. It's the same as tokens and tokenize the same words. We count sentences, and then polarity. Actually, the polarity, you check the sentiment of the text. Yeah, the emotion, the opinion of the text. People express their opinion or emotions on different social medias, especially on Twitter. You can collect data on Twitter and do sentiment analysis of political opinion, product review, or for instance, some disaster. It could be a pandemic, the COVID pandemic, or anything in mind. Okay, so that's possible to do. For instance, we did this text. First, we create a list of text and create a data frame for just to make our analysis easy. And then we create such a kind of a table. And then finally, we create search graph, our graph. Yeah, so that was great. Now let's pause for a while and let's have a kind of a break and decide if we continue or not. How about if we are interested to make a word cloud? Word cloud is very common when it comes to text analysis. The most common word, for instance, in this text, easy to use is actually I love it. I love it. She loves it. Something like that. So these are the texts that are very big, are the most frequent expressions. So this has been used as in a word together. So let's make use of the word cloud generator. We may make use of this, or but before that, actually, we have to import the word cloud. So first, let's install this word cloud. Okay, I have to go to here and pip install word cloud and wait for some time. Unknown. So if that's the case,
Install spell missing.
okay, thanks. Yeah, now it's installed and we can just get this snippet, the snippet of code and make use of that. I just copy this code and make use of the code. As you can see from word cloud, import word cloud, stop words, stop word, remove the stop word. What are the stop words? I will talk about that again. Stop words, that means the, is, was, have, had, has, are, this auxiliary verbs, propositions, verbs that that are less important. So word, then image color generator. So it's all words is not defined. Yes, we didn't define the all words yet. So, but in this case, I will show you first word cloud, the width of the word cloud, the height of the word cloud, then generate, then join, or just all the words. I will show you how do we make that. Okay, I think the easy way, so df product, where are the, so we found them like reviews, right? Review text. Yeah, this is where we find the text, if you remember. For X, or maybe for text in this, we can first, let's just comment on this because we have to change this to a clean text before that. The best way to do is actually first we have to tokenize every word or words. We can say let or all words, we can have just empty or something like this, and then we have to tokenize or just concatenate all of them together. Okay, words class latest. Why not? Now we have everything together. Yeah, of course, it takes some time, so I don't like to process it that all over again. So I want to be in a different cell. So we have this. Let's just try just bypassing the text here. Words. Actually, it's not words. And so we have to just wait it for some time. For some new concept, unlike gelatin devastating blob, but where this blob comes from, I have no idea. Insatiable hungry, demand. Okay, but whenever
I think you have concatenated the text. Check the spell like TXT.
yes, thank you. So I concatenate the wrong yeah, I was surprised by that. Yes, thank you. Canonical string, not float. Okay, so there is some word as in a float, so let's just wait for some time and let's just generate this. Yeah, now I can just lab, one device, and boat, tablet, and great Kindle, as you can see. If it's somehow similar, but I believe that this is much better than the one we saw. So whenever we make a word cloud, we should see a single words and also in this structure. I love this one much better. Okay, guys, let's pause it here and
can we print that word to see?
Print?
Yeah, the words.
What
It works, you know, in the line 256, you know, we have works. Is it possible to print it out before we form this block?
You mean this?
Yeah.
Of course, yes, because it's just so easy. What you should do is save an image. Yeah, the t-dot save image, and then you can call it word.
No, I don't mean this one like saving this format. What I mean is that, you know, it takes some word and they calculate the number. That's why it make it big.
Yes.
Like that. So if we can print, to print it, to see it on the screen like this.
Yes, let's do. Do you remember, for instance,
we have this blob count, and we can use for that one for counting the word.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can go blob again and TextBlob. And let's words. Actually, this, instead of talking words, I want to say text is much better because it's not and words. So text and and also here text. And then I want to also change to why name text this is not defined where. Well, okay, I have to run this. Yeah, I have to wait a bit until that line finishes. And then I just did this also recently. If you remember, Femi, blob.word count. Okay, just wait for some time, but I know word notes. Yeah, since it's a huge data, so we have to wait for some time. Yeah, now let's see this, the word, this has been showed up 100 this, but as you can see also love is, so let's see the this, but I don't see the this bigger than the,
because I think this is part of a stop word.
yes, you're right, the stop word has been removed. Thank you Femi, you answered it yourself. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I just forgot it. The to, it, and I, the note has these are stop words and has been removed. So as you can see, love is actually 5,000 something. So yeah, it's the here. Here, and also we can use NLTK. Maybe it would be NLTK somehow also more better way of looking at. Okay, I will show you something. NLTK. So now TextBlob is not very well known, but NLTK is very well known. Import NLTK. Then now I'm importing it. Imported. Then I can go all the way down. Okay, now let's make use of, of the most powerful natural language processing package. That is NLTK. Okay, great. Let's wait until yeah. Okay, great. But this is still also running. We have to give it some time. Oh yeah, great. So let's see, but we can even just check this sentence. I can call it sentences, or maybe, I don't know. I think I can create a new sentence. I love people. People are great. How many sentences do you see, guys, over here? Because it's very good to start with something.
That's true.
Smaller, right? That's two. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we call these sentences as a data in the natural language. We call it corpus. So it's just the corpus. So in this corpus, we have two sentences. That is, the I love people and people are great. So we can say tokenize or tokens. Let's see the tokens here. Then you may say NLTK dot, you may say tokenize. Yeah, tokenize. Then I think even it has word tokenize. Sentences. If I check now tokens, I love people, people are great, but maybe it's better word tokens. And maybe we can even sentence tokens is much better because we can go down. So word sent token, sent. As you can see, this sentence tokenize, it broke the string into two sentences And again, we can change, just do some minor changes. And again, we may do word tokens. Word tokens, NLTK, and then we can change this word. And the word tokens, as you can see, block into, yeah. And then actually there's a stop word from NLTK. NLTK.
Well, if we see like in blob, it cleans the data, but NLTK didn't clean the data.
What did you say? The NLTK.
First, we were using the blob.
Yes.
It cleaned the data, like there was not full stop, but with this NLTK, it didn't clean the data. We have a dot as a full stop as a word.
Yeah, but also this one, the TextBlob also, when asked TextBlob to give us tokens, it gave us the full stops and all other. Have you seen tokenize? We have this, so it's token.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, but if you ask it to give you words, yeah. And this blob, if you ask the blob to give you words, it gives you a clean word. That's true. Yeah, you have noticed something there. But here, the tokens are actually, punctuation marks are also tokens. Are not they, for instance. Yeah, as you can see now, I have the punctuation as tokens. Now let's get stop words. NLTK, and I think stop words. Where? Well, I have to check where NLTK stop words, because sometimes it's it took me to, I think it's the same. Yeah, from NLTK corpus, import stop words. Yeah, great. NLTK corpus, then stop words. And then actually, we have to then, I have to check it once more. Stop words, from stop words, words, and then even you should give it English or other language. Then I can store it as in stop words, and from this dot again words, and then the English. Then if you just print out this, actually the stop words are these just little words: I, me, my, myself, we, our, ours, something like that. And these words are less important words. Yeah. Yeah, great. Then now let's see what are the most important words in here in this token. Okay. First, we can remove the other words. I can say words. And don't you love this word in word tokens? I am using list comprehension to clean this. If word, by the way, is alpha, do you know, is alpha? Alpha numeric, then you can just word. And then we have to just say word. And I forgot A. Is alpha is not defined because maybe I think word dot is alpha. I made a mistake. Yeah. So is alpha means actually it checks this is alpha, is that means alphanumeric, So, but this is a punctuation, so it will not be selected. So now I am filtering it. If you see words, it's clean. Have you seen? I love people and people are great, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, now let us see words without, words without stop words. And then I can use and word, not in stop words. Words without. How? Because as you can see, lowering is very important. We should lower it. So I have to change, I have to lower this.
At least it's remove not from it.
Yeah, but we have to lower our when we check. So I is not important, love, people, and again are not, they, these are less important. As you can see, love, people, and we have another more people also. So these are the words, the most important words. Yeah, so we can also visualize this word NLTK, NLTK dot E NLTK dot probability dot break. Yeah, and if we pass this word, words with that. Have you seen? Yeah, it's just the frequency distribution, then, but the problem is actually we have to change it to lower all the time, these two, when we store it. Now, people, how many times we have people? 2 times? Yeah, and even we can make actually a graph from this, but we don't have that much word. Let's just make a bit, where's the text here? Yeah, if you do not love people, what else can you love? Love is the most important thing. Good enough.
The spelling of people in that place is not complete.
So I have to go and check.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, as you can see, love is so even this actually, then we can say you can save this frequency table or distribution list, and then you can save it like that. And then if you say freak distribution, we've been doing this manually, right? Now TextBlob or natural language processing NLTK is doing for us, and then we can say freak distribution, then most common, actually most common. I think we have to call it most common. Yeah, so this gives you the 10 most common, and we can also just limit to 3 most common. I found this. Now let's do this for big data. I mean, for a bigger data set. Even we can make a graph actually, and NLTK probability distribution graph. Yes, how do I make it? Okay, maybe I can. I can have some other information. Yeah, actually, it is just plot. Yeah, it was just plot. Freak plot just gives you such a kind of a graph. This lab 4 times now, and of course you have to say PLT dot show, and we don't have many words, but let's do for the product review. If you remember, we stored it texts. Oh yeah, texts NLTK dot tokenize word tokenize texts. This is so I can call this tokens. Yeah, because most of the time we take care of tokens of word, so this is tokenized, and then freak distribution again, and then NLTK, and then probability, this probability dot freak not. And then we tokens. Oh yeah, we have to give it some time. And then if you see freak distribution, yeah, but now the problem here, we have 2 choices. We again here, we just passed the tokens and everything. Now I think it's better if we remove first the non-numeric, this kind of, and also, so what I can do for word in words, if word is alpha and word in stop words, then we will have collected here, and as a lower also we want to just change to a lower, because, and when we check it also we want to change to lower. Now let's just give it some time.
I think that the second condition would be not in stop words.
Yes, thanks. Not in. Hold on. We have to check it once more in this process. Okay, let's also run the frequency distribution. It's done already. Now, great is actually the first word. Tablet, use, lab. Is that? Let's see. Yes, as you can see, tablet, use, love. Femi, does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes. We nailed it. Then now let's see freak this, and just you plot and also see how it looks like, and it will be a very good graph. Yeah, it's drawing. After some time you will see the graph of this, the probability distribution, but it will be very condensed, and we have to limit. Yeah, now we are dealing with a very huge data, guys. You have to expect this amount of time. Of course, my processing power, my computer's processing power is not huge. Uh-oh. Okay. So as you can see, most people talk about tablet for some reason. Of course, it depends. We never know about when this data was collected, you know. And for me, it seems that this data were collected a long time ago, because tablet is not anymore a fancy thing to talk about, right? It's not, I tell you.
It's about 2 years ago. The data is about 2 years ago.
Yeah, okay, let's go and check, because this data for me looks kind of many years ago, because the tablet is not anymore a fancy thing to talk about, and the Kindle is not something you just, because like this already smartphones, and the smartphones are replacing the use of a tablet and a Kindle, and it's good to know. So whenever you make decision and say draw some conclusion, the data, when the time frame also make a difference. But from this data, most people were talking about tablet and also Kindle. And that means if you see Kindle and Amazon do have almost the same number of occurrence. That means people say Amazon Kindle, yeah, Amazon Kindle. But Amazon also is more number, because people may say Amazon something. So Amazon came first with the Kindle and other devices or services. So it's logical to see more Amazon words than Kindle. Let's hope we'll have this, but now I will just take you to NLTK, this book. I think if you really want to go deep, you can also start with the NLTK documentation.
So that data initially is 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
And then they remodify it 2 years ago.
Yeah, so 4 years ago can make sense. It somehow makes sense. Wait, I'm looking for, it's not in the modules, the book. I will just wait. NLTK book. Yes, this is what I'm looking for, guys. I would like to share with you, if you are interested. This actually working on this, it will also improve your Python knowledge, and also you will use your Python in a more or higher level. As you can see, most common, it gives you some kind of good data to share with you. This is very good. Open source. I don't know what happened to our results. It just, maybe I think I have to stop this and maybe I think I shouldn't run that. It would have been much better if I slice it a bit, maybe like most common. Already I have to interrupt this. Yeah, as you can see, most common. So it just gave me the most common. That's much better, right? From the most common, it's better to just plot instead of plotting everything. A list object has no attribute plot. For some reason, it doesn't have the plot. But how can, maybe I can slice first instead. Yeah, the most common are these. Okay, let's just leave them here. And I can slice maybe the first 50, and then plot. Maybe, okay. Yeah, no, I think the plot just take by itself number of words. So maybe just 20. Yeah, so this give us the most common, the most 20, 50 also, for instance. Yeah, but that's not enough. So maybe 25 words. As you can see now, we got great tablet use lab easy. We can also, by the way, this kind of curve is common for text analysis like this. The curve goes almost like this all the time. It's a kind of exponential decay. They call it kind of exponential decay, and they usually say sometimes the least occurrence word are also the most important also. Yeah, plt.show. Now I want to talk about some words. Now you know what tokenization and tokens and stop words. Yeah, you are familiar with this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and now I would talk about parts of speech. And parts of speech, maybe we can also talk about named entity recognition. Named entity and what entity recognition. And what's other things? Okay, we'll talk about later. Okay, so what's part of speech? For instance, if I say, I love people, it's a statement. This is a statement, it has a full stop, it has a subject, the subject is I. So I is actually a noun. What kind of noun? It's a pronoun. And the love is a verb. And the people, I think people is a noun. It's a kind of,
yeah, you're correct.
yeah, it's a common noun. And so noun, okay, but this people, I love people, and people are awesome. Now, as you can see, and we have used this and, its and is conjunction. So part of a speech, I is a pronoun part of speech. Love is actually a verb part of speech, a common noun, a conjunction, and this one is actually what do you call it? It's a verb actually. Again, it's auxiliary verb, right? Awesome is actually an adjective. So we have different name for that. We have list of by this I will show you. For instance, this is prepared by, as you can see, the common part of speech, adjectives, adverbs, conjunctions, determiners, existential actually there. Yeah, just to show if something is exists or not. FW, foreign words, and D, modal verbs with, as you can see, will, can. So it's just an English language, yeah? Noun, pronoun, number. Again, pronoun, and
Preposition.
yeah. And this is not a I made a mistake here.
The proper noun.
Proper noun is actually a name. Alison, Africa. So yes, my name is also a proper noun, or your name. So the list goes like this. Okay. Let's get back. Parts of speech. So before we do anything, we have to tokenize. So tokens is equal to NLTK. tokenize. Okay, tokenize and word tokenize, and I have to pass the what was the text. I want to work on the text, this text here. The text I made, where is it? This text, sentences. I just pass sentences. Yeah, and let's see the tokens. Yeah, as you can see, there's punctuation in whatsoever. So I don't like to remove anything, because when you do natural language processing, sometimes even the punctuations, when a punctuation comes next to some word, it has its own meaning. And lab, the word that comes before and after, has also a meaning. Understanding actually the context of this. But now we are not going to do this understanding of the text, what we call it actually, yeah, understanding, language understanding. We're not doing language understanding yet, but now let's do just part of speech tagging. So for tokens in, but I think we can just pass POS. Wait, that means NLTK dot post. Yeah, part of speech tagging, and it takes actually the tokens and posts. Have you seen now? It's actually a pronoun, and love is a verb. People, it's a noun, and this it just, so we can also remove, as you can see, we got just the punctuation as it is. We can also remove it. We can also remove it. So if we want to see the clean, we can pass this.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So we actually use post tag as a part of speech, right?
Because as you can see, post means part of speech tagging. So we have tokens. We have the tokens and change it all to.
Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, what are you? Are you a noun, a proper noun, or a verb, or adjective? And then, so these are sometimes hard to remember. So you have to have some reference, something like, where was it? Did I close that? But you don't have to worry, because you can say NLTK post tag list. You can get it somewhere.
Okay.
By the way, even you can say, you can get it with this pen, the Penn State University. There is like 10 years ago or something. It has been done, a language study, and this, you can see the list. But the NLTK also gives you the list. How do you do that? NLTK help you pen tag set, and you can see the tag set, what it means actually. Okay, if you get a dollar, it means dollar. So all this, if you get CC, that means conjunction. But the definition might vary from the Penn State and also the Stanford. There are some standards. Stanford. Post tagger. I think they made some kind of a website change recently, but anyway. Okay, and And where is where did they take it? This was working properly recently. Yes, for instance, so we can just put our text and also they have their own thing, online processing. It's just a demo. No, it's not that much. If you just run, as you can see, part of speech, named entities and dependency parser. And okay, we can add this step by step later. First, let's see what else can we add. Okay, maybe we can start with just the part of speech. Okay, submit. As you can see, I love people. Yeah, it's pro. This is pronoun and verb and noun. The same goes. It divides it. It just gives you some kind of a tree. Love is a noun. A subject. I mean, a verb. Determiner. Most. I think this should be an adjective. And actually, it shows also some kind of dependency. This depends on this. So if you show the dependency tree, yeah, so now we are going a bit further to language understanding. As you can see now, you can see also the dependencies, even as you can see the role of the punctuation here. Let's add named entity recognition. Named entity recognition are actually, what are named means, like people's name, location's name, political party's name, organization's name. Those are named entity. So do we have any? Let's see. We don't have, but as a named entity, there is no, but let's add. Asia is the largest continent in the world. Second, everyone loves, maybe I can say famous Bill Gates. Now, as you can see, a location, Asia and Africa, and someone's name, Bill Gates, and the Democrats, are for political party in the US. And so now I have an organization. Yeah, let's run this and see the named entity recognition. Have you seen, guys?
Yeah, but he put Asia as a city.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter that much because this natural language processing is a bit tricky. For some reason, it put it as in because it put it as in a city because the largest. So how do we write continent? Is it right? This continent? Because it felt that this is just a country, so some okay. Helsinki in Finland. Okay, let's see that. Okay, add more. Yeah, of course, don't expect 100% accuracy. Okay, it's such kind of tools, their accuracy are not 100%. Okay, and you customize it, you train it, and you try your best to make it as better as possible. But as you can see, it does some named entity recognition based on the core NLP developed by the Stanford. This is Stanford tool, and they have also the Python package. What else can we add? Actually, sentiment. Can we add also the sentiment? Yeah, that's very good. Everything I was mentioning there was positive, so it will not have that much of. This is actually just root. You have a sentence, as you have the sentence, then you have noun phrase followed by a verb phrase, right? Like if you say, I love people, then this is I is the noun phrase, love people is actually the verb phrase. And the noun phrase divided into a pronoun, and finally it's I. And the verb phrase consists of two words, the love and the people. So breaking into this kind of tree structure, consistency parsing, actually, they call. Yeah, that is, we are going somehow too far, but it's okay. Now, as you can see, the sentiment, I love people, positive, people are great, positive are not they, it's a question neutral. And if you do not have people, what else can you love? If you do not love people, what else? Yeah, because as you can see, the connotation of this, like the sentiment or the context, it just shows some negativity. Love is the most important thing. This is somehow neutral, but it was classified as positive. Asia is the largest continent. Yes, it should be neutral. Everyone loves Bill Gates. Positive. The democracy, neutral. Have you seen? Oh yeah, I like it. How about you? Yeah, because it just worked. So it's just trying to inspire you how we can work on text analysis, but just today we touched and we got introduced. After this, if we have a plan to work on, we will work on some real things you just got introduced today. And better packages available instead of NLTK. You should better use Spassy. Spassy is very good and much better than NLTK. And the new version just released this month, and that can do quite a lot of natural language processing. But we're not doing much of a natural language processing thing. We're just playing with text and introducing you the text analysis and also the way to natural language processing. Thank you so much. I have to stop here today.